What are some NSFW life advice everyone should know? Don't stick fingers up your lady if you've been cooking with peppers. Men, fondle your eggs now and again. Make sure there's no unusual lumps or pain. If there is, do not put it off. Get that shit checked out. Source: testicular cancer survivor. $10 worth of condoms is cheaper than 18 years of child support. You can break your DK, be careful when you're gal on top. If you want to last longer in bed, men, relax your glutes and quads when you feel like you're going to come, and you'll have a much better chance of not doing that and lasting longer. You can notice the next time you're about to come how tense your legs and glutes are. This has helped me immensely in bed. If you have difficulty discussing what kinks you're into or are going to be embarrassed if you suspect your partner won't be into the same things you are, there are several kink tests you and your partner can take. You both take the tests separately and only see what you match on. Find one that is as detailed as you need and that has safeguards against spamming everything to see what the other person is into. Water is the opposite of lube. Read the bed, not the room in this case. If she's digging it, don't change that. Don't try to do whatever you're doing better. Don't try other things. If it works for her, just go with it. If you're not sure, don't be afraid to ask. That being said, ladies, if a guy asks if he's doing good, don't save his feelings. Let him know it's not enjoyable and to try something else / tell him what he should do. The moment y'all figure out a happy medium, y'all be in the bedroom more than any other room. Trim your nails. Don't just trim, sand those rough edges down with the emery board / file attachment. Freshly cut nails can do as much if not more damage than longer, well-kept nails. This isn't really NSFW, but wash your genitals every day. Don't have sex on a beach. Sand gets in places where you would never want sand. Thread carefully when it slips out. An unexpected arrival in the other hole is traumatic. Pee after you have sex. Never skip on it. If you go on a road trip, even a short one, bring toilet paper. When you've got to shit, you've got to shit. Wash your belly button, you dirty animal. Guys, get the girl off first. Everything is juicier afterwards, and she will appreciate your skill and thoughtfulness. Make it all about her, and she will probably reciprocate fully. Soap makes it sting when you pee. If you think anyone you're sharing a room with won't notice you getting with your partner, you're wrong. They are always awake. Always. Don't stand on chairs with wheels. Get tested for STIs. Don't take your partner's word for it that they're healthy. Add it to change clean to healthy. Never go from anal to vaginal or oral. That's a one-way street. Invest in your sex toys. Don't cheap out. Go for silicone, glass, or another non-porous material. Don't let your partner slam down onto your penis after it slips out. You will break your DK. If you don't know what to say for dirty talk during sex, follow this formula until you feel comfortable improvising. Say what you're going to do. I'm going to FK you so hard / I'm gonna ride the DK like it's Disneyland. Say what you're doing. I'm fucking you so hard / I'm riding this DK like it's the pony I always wanted. Say what you just did. I just f***ed you so hard / I just rode the DK like it was the last train out of town or whatever floats your boat. Also, men making noise is hot. Please, moan and groan when we do things you like. It's sexy and helps us figure out which techniques work best on ya. Don't jerk off with shampoo. It'll feel good for a second until it gets inside your pisser. Never get comb in your eye. It feels like stabbing your eye with hot knives. Always have a safe word. For my straight dudes out there, using toys with and on your partners doesn't make you less of a man. You are not in competition with her vibrators. They are tools to bring her to orgasm efficiently and without giving you or her RSI. Batman has a tool for all occasions. Be like Batman. Use condoms on your insertables sex toys. Easier cleanup and protecting your body from the toxic not great stuff in mainstream toys. Ever wonder why they say novelty use only? Because many cheap out on ingredients and that shit can mess you up. Even better, use your expired condoms since it's less important if they don't function at 100%, and then you aren't throwing them out unused. Don't underestimate yourself. Make sure you're always taken care of. Clean / cut nails and hair, deodorant, cologne / perfume, and brush your teeth before a date. Minty fresh breath works wonders. Big DK does not mean better sex. A lot of times people with smaller penises are more willing to go above and beyond. Men, Rule 1, don't stick your DK in crazy. Women, Rule 1, don't let crazy stick it stuck in you. The clit isn't a speed bag. Also, changing position is a good way to not blow your load while giving yourself a chance to calm down without it being obvious. Don't put your finger anywhere you'd be afraid to put your DK. Heard that one a lot in the army. Shut the FK up and lawyer up. Your words will be used against you. Always, and I mean always, masturbate before making a big decision. Post-nut clarity can go a long way in keeping you from doing something stupid. If they aren't legally allowed to consent, leave them alone. If you think a lady of the night is a cop, ask them to flash you. Cops won't flash you, and hookers are gonna blow you for money, so nips ain't shit. Don't try to learn from porn. Most of what they do doesn't actually feel good and is more about putting on a show. Use 2 contraceptives as much as possible, condom and birth control, if you have no plans in having a child yet. Shower before you have sex. Tiny particles, like glitter, machine ools, and metal slivers, picked up from work can travel to your genitals through your cloths. Source: my partner works in a factory working with metals, and I found the metal bit the hard way. Bleeding off cycle is quite the mood dampener. Least I didn't get a toxic shock reaction. Wear a hard hat and other PPE. You'll never cure a UTI with cranberry juice. You need antibiotics. Go to the doctor before you get a kidney infection or worse. If you are a woman and you have stopped menstruating, i.e., gone through menopause completely, and then at some later date began to bleed from your vagina, see your doctor immediately. This can be a sign of cancer, but many women miss it because bleeding from their vagina is something so common it isn't worth looking into. If you're using your hand to get her off, curl your middle and ring fingers along the roof of her insides in a come here motion, but be sure your fingernails are trimmed. Know that you can have an amazing sex session while your partner has the opposite experience. So listen to their body and don't be self-serving during sex. Verbally communicate your likes and dislikes in bed outside of the sex session. Antibiotics can counteract your birth control and cause you to end up pregnant. Not sure if anyone else mentioned, but I think it's important to say. Clench your butt cheeks to make an untimely or inconvenient boner go down quickly. Always keep one leg in your underwear when masturbating. It's so you don't lose them, and you're halfway to getting them back on in a hurry. As a guy, if you got any insecurities, DK size, comb too fast, performance anxiety, just know, a good pussy eating can make up for essentially all of that. If you have to defend yourself, use a screwdriver or frying pan instead of a kitchen knife to make sure you are not suspected of anything sinister. You do not owe anyone sex. I am still learning this, honestly. You don't owe the girl all over you sex. You don't owe the man who bought you dinner sex. You do not owe anyone sex. How someone kisses and touches you is probably how they want you to touch them. Someone nibble your ear? They almost certainly want you to nibble theirs. Guys, try some condoms of different sizes on to see what fits best. Magnums and such are not just for length but also girth. If you have trouble maintaining an erection in condoms, they could just be too tight/small. Males, after urinating, push up between your testicles. It will force out any drippage. Press the vagina and clitoris simultaneously to take a screenshot. Excessive masturbation using soap as lube can cause penis to bleed and skin to peel off. From experience, wait. The first person I had sex with hasn't talked to me in 3 years, and for good reason. We were stupid sophomores in high school and we didn't need sex in our relationship. I'd recommend waiting for someone you trust, and sometime when both of you are ready for it. From my brain, wear a fucking condom, boys. Even if she says she prefers without it. There's condoms out there designed to make sex feel good for both of you, and help protect you both from STDs/unwanted pregnancy. Seriously, wear a fucking condom. Poop belongs in the toilet, not the shower. Do not have sex to an airplane bathroom. Just because he doesn't come from a BJ doesn't mean he's not enjoying it. Don't get offended by it. Not all guys can come from one, but it's not like it doesn't feel great. White/clear vaginal discharge is natural even if you've never had sex before. However, if you see any other color of discharge, go to the gyno. When you're browsing Reddit at work and your boss comes by, just press Windows+D. It instantly shows the desktop. Not very NSFW, but never fart in a trench coat. Fun fact, after you have a baby, if you are breastfeeding, when you have sex, you can squirt milk across the room during orgasm. Don't put anything in your butt that doesn't have a flared base. There's a lot of room back there, and as you relax you don't want anything to slip all the way inside. That'll be a very awkward ER visit. If you ever need to put a key into a keyhole in the dark, hold the key so that your thumb runs along the length of the key and the tip of your thumb sticks out a tiny bit past the end of the key. Then you can locate the keyhole by feel and guide the key in easily. This also works for plugging a cable into your guitar without looking, and it also works in other situations. Staring at boobs is like staring at the sun. You can glance at it for a brief second. Heck, maybe you can look for a few seconds, but if you stare too long something is going to end up hurting. Unless it's a living, breathing human being, Don't go sticking your DK into anything else. Wear condoms. Pull-out method is only 78% effective and does not prevent STDs, neither does birth control. Just be safe so you don't catch something that can ruin your life. Vaseline is not lube. Use water-based lube. Avoid flavors if you're not sure how your flora and fauna will react. I was at a sex toy party like 10 years ago and our friend got smacked so hard after the presenter told us this, followed by a very high-pitched "I told you so." You can definitely get STDs from unprotected oral sex. I got oral chlamydia once and it was extremely painful. Never again. If you ever need to kill a person, stab, hit or punch as viciously as you can at the neck 45 degrees between the throat and side. The common carotid arteries are here, one either side. They supply blood to the brain. You can knock someone unconscious or even kill them by simply hitting it hard enough. If you're using a knife, you need to go 1.5 inches deep. Unconsciousness follows in 5 seconds and death follows in 12. I do it every time when I masturbate. Keep your underwear, low it down a little bit, but keep it under your ass so you don't leave a trace of sweat on the mattress, and keep your duvet on your thighs. If someone wants to come in your room, you can pull up your underwear and duvet quickly to hide. Sorry if there is some mistakes, English isn't my first language. If you struggle to orgasm as a female, have sex with a full bladder. It makes everything more sensitive inside. Never, ever use nair on your balls, ever. Learn how to dance. People that can dance are people that can FK. Rhythm and grace. Wash your hands after you masturbate, don't just keep eating Doritos. You should be going down on her, and if you're not, you shouldn't be expecting her to go down on you. There's also nothing hotter than when her legs lock you like a vice grip and she grabs your head. Then afterwards tries to squirm away while you keep going. Be honest and communicate with your partner about your likes/dislikes and have them do the same. Might be awkward for some, but being open about it really pays off. Don't marry the first person you FK. Real sex does not work like porn sex.